Passing to Chess Guy. All right, well, that's easy. Companions are busted. Karuga is busted. Karuga, the hippo. So not quite that busted, but still pretty busted. Over a really good pack. Heartless Act, Mystic Subdual, really good. Frostlinks, good. Fire Prophecy, really good. But, you know. We're just taking the boy and we're not taking a card that costs less than 3. Yeah, Primal Empathy is really good. Yup. And in our colors, so we're Slam Jam and enjoying the results. I mean, we could not be in these colors or something. We could get cut off, but what is Jeskai Fires? I don't really follow Standard. Okay. Yeah. All right. I like it. I mean, I like Archipelagore a lot too, but I think Trumpeting Gnar is better. Other cards I'd consider here, Archipelagore. We might end up having to play a Phased Dolphin. Just because of the restriction. But seeing 2 strong blue-green cards in a row right after taking Karuga is pretty sick, gotta say. Say what you will about him. He is macroscopic. All right, Capture Sphere. I love it. Also draws you a card with Karuga. Holy shit. It's a late pacifism, too. Cristation is another card that we may well have to play. But so far, we are doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm familiar with Fires of Invention. Back in my day, when we called a deck a Fires deck, it was because it had Fires of Yavimaya in it. So that's fun. Yeah, Proud Wild Wander's a lot better than Honey Mammoth. We're getting like 1 good card per pack, but we have absolutely no hope of wheeling a single goddamn thing, and that makes me a little bit worried. Wow, kind of late for that. This card's very strong. Go for Blood, also good. I'm just gonna take a Fully Grown. I'm not excited about this. We could take a Tranquil Cove instead, I guess. Try to sort of go into a few more colors. Card's pretty medium when you don't have cheap creatures to use with it. Let's see. But on the other hand, I really do want to cut green, so I guess that's what I took. Guess that is it. All right, well, I'm definitely taking an on-color crystal. Even if I'm not playing black, which I very well might not. I think this is a thing to do on turn 2 for starters, which is definitely pretty good. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it is really behind, huh? Can't take Plummet. Oh boy. Wow, that is a super late Boot Nipper. Actually, do I just take Blitz Leech? I think I do. Like, I have a Zagoth Crystal already. I could potentially be, Sultai. Oh, alright. This is good. Wield Bristling Boar and Frostlinks. I'm going to take the Frostlinks. I think having some amount of early defense is pretty good. Of One Mind isn't great, especially because the humans tend to be a little cheaper. Like, the good green-blue humans are both 2-drops. Or, like, the good common green-blue humans. Bristling Boar is fine, but you can pick up good 4-drops. Alright, taking this for the sideboard just to cut the color off. Yeah. We are hoping not to play a Face Dolphin, I'll say that. Cards I want to cut here. Alright. Do we take the Fixing Land or the Crustacean? I think we can get enough playables without having to stoop quite that low. And Fixing Lands do also help us play more playables. Oh, isn't that Pumpkin Cake good, Kit? Amazing. Again, just cutting blue here. All right, let's see. Titan's Nest. This was played against me last time, and I won because it's not very good. I really like taking another Trumpeter Gnar. Great Horn is also good, but you know the 3-mana mutate creatures aren't quite as good here because they you know these are best when you have something that costs 2 to mutate it onto, and we will not. So. And Gnar is just great. It's a really good 3-drop. Mutating onto it is great. Mutating a Gnar onto a Gnar, make 2 Gnars, you know. Sick nasty. Can't take Ram Through. Would otherwise absolutely take Ram Through. Alright. On color fixing is not unreasonable by any means, but I don't think we take it over. Well, I don't know. This pack is actually not amazing. Titanmouth Rex is all right. 2-mana cyclers are good here. If we do end up playing black, this card also is good because black has a couple reanimation spells that combo with it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this. It could well have been incorrect. It is very possible I was supposed to take the land there instead. This is an interesting point. Cavern Whisperer I don't think is really worth going into another color for. It's probably Capture Sphere or Wingspan Mentor. I like this card a lot, but I think Capture Sphere is probably better. And again, it draws me cards with Karuga, which is just so good. Ooh, okay. Can't take Essence Scatter, tragically. Otherwise, it may well be the pick here. But I can't take Farfinder, and I can take Thieving Otter. I think I want the Farfinder. Again, if I splash a color, it's good with that. It's really good to mutate onto. Not that Thieving Otter isn't. But I think I am more likely to want to splash a land than not to. Wow, this is a strong pack. Boot Nipper, Fire Prophecy, both of those are late here. Probably taking Of One Mind over like Honey Mammoth. I don't like Honey Mammoth really at all. Wow, a second Primal Empathy? All right, I'll take it. That makes me just want like whatever random creatures I can find. This is heartbreaking. This is genuinely heartbreaking. Can I play Genesis Ultimatum? Can I play Genesis Ultimatum? I can't play Genesis Ultimatum and black for certain. All right. I'm going to take it over mediocre green cards, and we'll see if I end up playing it. I actually really like Frostveil Ambush here, because again, it gives me something to do on turn 1. Or 2. And it's not completely dead later. Alright, sure. Sure. Take a Gust of Wind. Card's alright. We have no flyers right now. Not very good with no flyers, but... Cutting blue. Alright, what do we want from pack 3? Fixing would be really good. Either like red fixing, like the whatever, what is it, Ketria crystal, the Teamer one, or a reanimation spell for that. Wow, Thieving Otter came back. That's really good for us. That was the pick I was least sure of this draft, so, or this pack. We would love a Heron now, especially now that we have Thieving Otter, but it's also insane with Trumpeter Gnar. Blue-green fixing would be great. God, I really wish I could hide these during the draft portion. Hateful things. Chances that we play this Blitzleech aren't super high, but... I guess 3-drop creatures still are pretty good with 2 Primal Empathies. It's awkward because this is obviously best with 2-drop creatures, but we're just not there. We are just not playing any 2-drop creatures. All right, well, Mythos of Illuna is great. This probably cements red as our second color because the kicker on that is really good. I would love an Essence Symbiote. It would be truly unreal in our deck, but not as unreal as a Karuga Companion. So what you gonna do? We're gonna take Mythos of Illuna and possibly even copy a Karuga with it just to draw a bunch of cards. What the fuck? I mean, do we just take it over, like... I do think Exuberant Wolfbear is pretty good. We do have 2 Primal Empathies. Like, you can't just spend a million turns doing nothing by playing this card, right? You just can't. Yeah, I think we take the Wolfbear here. It saddens me to say, but... Alright. Alright, so Blitzleech is probably out, but Genesis Ultimatum is probably in, which is exciting. Genesis Ultimatum, also a way to put this on the battlefield. And since Genesis Ultimatum is in, Fertile is a pretty easy one. Lead the Stampede, probably not bad here. But I like Fertile. We just can't spend that much time sitting around doing nothing when we're spending the first 2 turns of the game sitting around doing nothing. All right. We could take the sideboard Wilt, except we can't cast it. Or we can't put it in our deck. Thwart the enemy seems terrible when we don't have that many creatures. Probably just take the second of One Mind. Probably side this in, but don't play it main deck. I don't know. Actually, that's not true. It is almost certainly better than, like, this fully grown or whatever. Also, I'm still not at playables, so... We're definitely still playing this Zagoth Crystal, by the way, even if we don't play black. It's just too... like, the ramp is good. The cycling's really good. All right, happy to pick up another Thieving Otter. Desperately want a Heron right now. Absolutely gasping for a Heron. To be a little British about it. Okay. probably taking Frostveil Ambush over Bristling Boar. What is our actual concrete creature count right now? 12. Not great. Oh, the other thing is we're almost certainly playing 18 lands, if not 19. I guess we'll take the ambush. Well, I mean, Excavation Mole is good here, so. Let's see. Well, now I really wish I took the boar. But, I mean, we're making cuts from this point anyway, so does it really matter that much? Never saw a heron. I don't think we even saw one all draft. All right, what are the other bad cards that we don't really want to play? Phase Dolphin is one of them. That is for sure. Gust of Wind is one of them. Equally sure we have 0 flyers in this deck. So this is 23 cards. We want 22 at absolute most. Hilarious. Take 1 Frostveil Ambush over a card that we might actually want in our main deck, and it punishes me by sending 1,000 more. We don't even have any humans. Maybe it was just terrible to take this. Kind of starting to feel like it was probably just terrible to take Exuberant Wolf Bear there. Probably have to cut one of these of one mines. Just again, we can't spend turn 3 just doing fucking nothing that affects the board. Oh, cool. Are we cutting the second of one mind as well? Is it possible that with 2... I mean, like, A, is it possible that Frostveil Ambush is just better? Probably not. I mean, having something to do early is reasonable, but if this is just shrinking our deck by playing a bunch of 1-mana cyclers, it's not that relevant. Maybe Zagoth Crystal isn't actually good. Like, maybe this should just be the 19th land. Because, like, it's not like we aren't going to have tons of stuff to do starting on turn 3. We're not, like, we don't really want to take turn 3 off to play this almost ever. Yeah. That means we probably do keep in this one of one mind. Let's see. Question, do we play a second of one mind? Or do we even just play a Phase Dolphin? How many creatures do we have right now? This is 12 creatures. Oh, right, and Karuga doesn't count, because Karuga is in the companion slot. So we actually do need to put in another card somewhere. Might be this. This card does stop early attacks cold. I mean, it's a little awkward because it's a 5-drop, which is when we want to play Karuga a lot of the time, but I think that's okay. And we do want more creatures in this deck. Maybe we do want one Phase Dolphin. Like, it's good with Thieving Otter. It's good with Primal Empathy. Like, I mean, in the sense that it is a creature. But, like, also, you know, anything you can do to make Phase Dolphins survive combat a little bit better makes it a lot better. Because you can start getting through your, you know, Thieving Otters or Karuga or whatever. Yeah, I kind of like the first Phase Dolphin over, like, I think it's either Of One Mind or Frostveil Ambush that comes out here. I'm going to cut one Frostveil Ambush. We can play with one of each of these, see how they feel in games, and then make a decision from that. And then playing 18 land or playing 19 lands, because like Karuga is flood protection. Of One Mind is flood protection. Frostveil Ambush is kind of flood protection. Where like we've tough mana requirements for Genesis Ultimatum, and we want to really, really consistently hit Karuga on turn 5 if we can. All right, get out of here. I'm gonna want pretty lands. So what land counts do we want? Specifically, I guess, how many mountains do we want is the sort of outstanding question. Because, like, we do want to be able to cast this Genesis Ultimatum. We have sort of 1, 2, 3 free green sources, quote unquote. Sorry, red sources. I think we definitely want at least 2 mountains. I think maybe the sort of auto picker's guess of 3 is correct, because that 3 mountains plus 1 rugged highlands makes it fairly likely that we'll naturally hit 1 at some point over the course of the game, and then we can sort of rely on Farfinder Fertilid to hopefully hit us the second one. So that leaves us with 16 color sources to divide up between green and blue. We've a little bit more blue than green. So like 8/8 should be fine, hopefully. Our mana's not great here, but it's all right. We're stretching a little bit for this Genesis Ultimatum. We'll see how much it ends up hurting. We might want to end up taking it out, cutting 2 mountains. We still want to play 1 mountain so that we can use the Mythos at full volume, but we'll see. Yeah, we are playing first every possible chance we get because we just want to undo the tempo loss as much as we can, and this guy obviously gets us great card advantage. Hand's okay. It's not amazing. We're probably pretty weak to aggro here, I would guess. So Mountain doesn't make me happy, but Mysterious Egg does, because this card's bad. It's bad, and they should feel bad for playing it. Thieving Otter into Frostlinks is a pretty good sequence. Wow. Speaking of bad, I mean, you know, maybe they do the 1 mana of One Mind and sort of feel like they're doing it. I don't know. Probably not attacking with this Otter, if I had to guess. Like, if they play any creature, the Frostlinks doesn't really do anything, because they're definitely not attacking with their tokens. Ooh, Porcuparrot. That's a pretty alright one. 2 of 4, 5. That's probably getting flinxed. Probably eventually capture sphered, if we can. I'm guessing they're slamming with it, right? Like, you kind of have to. Alright. Well, we just have Genesis Ultimatum mana. I mean, I guess we need 1 more forest or mountain, but we do kind of have it. Do I Frostlinks or do I Wolfbear? Wolfbear plus Thieving Otter does technically block Porcuparrot, but it makes me nervous because, like, any removal spell just gets it. Not attacking. We really don't want to trade until Karuga lands. Even if we did want to trade otherwise, which I don't think we would. Do we get greedy here and play Wolf Bear, or do we just slam Karuga? I kind of like slam Karuga. Refill our hand a little bit, but also Karuga just trades with Porky Parrot. Okay, yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. Obviously, they probably had an Essence Scatter there. And I feel bad about it. Did not even occur to me. I always forget that people can see your companion. Like, it's not hidden information. So, like, they can just wait and hold up counter magic when you're at, you know, the right amount of mana. Alright. A little surprised they didn't just do that on the parrot. Like, yeah, you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket, but you immediately get to kill a Thieving Otter, and, I guess that's just not that relevant right now, killing a Thieving Otter. I'm at 8. Well, things aren't going great for our pal Natalie. Is it a wolf or is it a bear? It's a wolf bear. I will slam with the otter here. Force them to jump. Wish I could side in a plummet. Yup, sure do. Does egg only give 1 counter per mutate? Wait, how do I... Damn, that sucks so bad. So it's basically just +1/+3 that can only target a creature with mutate. And like, maybe if you're really lucky, it'll be +2/+4. Maybe if you're lucky. I guess if you really need shit to mutate onto, like direly. Farfinder is not really what I'm looking for right now. Looking for Giraffid would be nice. Not here, but does this hit players too? Yeah. Alright, well, we're pretty dead. I guess I'll scoop. That blows. What do we like? Nothing here seems super relevant. I mean, Gust of Wind is okay. Sort of moderately disrupts their, like, Porky Parrot on egg kinds of stacks. Because, like, Porky Parrot is a mutate creature that doesn't get additional value from mutating. But I don't know. I don't know if that's super relevant. Frostveil Ambush actually could be okay. If they're doing, like, heavy mutates, Frostveil Ambush is good at tapping that stuff down. So I am gonna side out one of the of one mines for a Frostveil Ambush, and I guess call it good. Yeah. I don't know. It's possible the Titanoth Rex should have come out for a Frostveil Ambush as well. Just because, like, the benefit of it being Titanoth Rex is A, my creatures can get trample, which is moderately relevant, mostly with Karuga. And B, I don't think I can keep this. Generally trying to keep like slightly land light hands because I have so many lands in the deck. B, Titanoth Rex is like a really good thing to hit with Genesis Ultimatum, like the best possible thing I could hit. Bottoming Frostveil Ambush here, pretty obviously. I mean, it was a pretty hefty start. Egg. I'm tempted to say the egg kind of got me last game, but honestly, if they just played it on the 1/1 instead, it would have done the same thing. Like, literally any creature that can hold a mutate would have been fine there. Alright. Weird one, but okay. No real reason to run out the Gnar when I can run out Mole instead. Wow. That's a little upsetting. I mean, Genesis Ultimatum would not have been good here, but Primal Empathy would have. As well as Primal Empathy #2, aka the Exuberant Wolf Bear I shouldn't have taken. Sorry, Primal Empathy #3. Let me be totally clear about that. Alright. Now I guess I do just run out the Gnar over Frostlinks. I think they have enough stuff that is that seems pretty relevant to Frostlinks. There's no real reason to do that out early. Gnar is a little bit awkward for us because, like, while this is an extremely good creature, we don't actually have that many great either things for it to mutate onto or things to mutate onto it. Basically, Gnar onto Gnar is our absolute best because that creates just two Gnars right then and there, 2 3/3s. But otherwise, it's kind of mediocre. I am going to get greedy here. They're stuck on mana, so they can't just like afford to do nothing forever. This lets me get in a pretty considerable hit this turn and next turn if they don't play anything. So, like, I think we can, like, this puts them in a really awkward position where either they have to play something this turn so they can block my 3/3s, or they have to go shields down and let me resolve Karuga and draw 3 cards. Neither of which is good for them at all. Karuga is basically like Ancestral Recall, but 4 cards here. Because you get a free card out of just it starting outside your hand, right? Like Karuga itself is an extra card, and then you also just draw 3 cards when it enters the battlefield, right? So strong. I could do something here, like I could play Proud Wildbonder, but given that Capture Sphere is an instant and I have just such a dominant position on board, I don't think I need to. Just Capture Sphere if they make any plays, and do nothing if they don't. Just attack with, you know, my 8 power into their 9 life. Because, like, obviously they're representing Essence Scatter right now, right? And while they really don't want to Essence Scatter Proud Wildbonder when they know Karuga is still coming, this might prompt a concession, by the way. They still it's still not great for me if this gets Essence Scattered, if I can also play around Essence Scatter in general, right? And it looks like I really don't need to play anything of any value into Essence Scatter right here. So I gotta draw 4 cards now because Capture Sphere counts. And attack with everything. They probably trade with Frostlinks and take 6 to 3. We have another Capture Sphere. We have 11 damage on board. I think we're probably winning this game. But their deck is scary. Like, the Porky Parrot, just attack they did last game was a very real threat. Like, they got severely mana screwed this game, so we should not take this as an indication that they're, you know, a deck to be trifled with. Is there anything else I can put in? I still do like the Frostveil Ambush. Does seem like they have a fair amount of mutate going on. Kind of do like the Titanoth Rex. They have, you know, they've played a bunch of 1/1s and stuff like that recently. We could very plausibly, like, get in a substantial chunk of damage just trampling up Karuga or something. I don't know. Maybe that's too narrow. Maybe I should just be playing a third Frostveil. But, like, it's not like we're not going to be in a really good position if we resolve Genesis Ultimatum. Yeah, whatever. Cycling is cycling. Having a little bit more flexibility in which cards we have for the late game can be useful. So we did the first ever draft of my cube on Magic Online, unless you count the times that it was a variant of my cube was the Magic Online Modern cube. But if you don't count those, we did the first draft of my cube on Magic Online last night. And it went, I'd say rockily. Rockily like broccoli. This isn't great, but... well, yeah, it's pretty not great, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. I do think this is better. We're gonna put the Giraffid on the bottom because we want to cycle the Rex into a blue source. But we have a lot of lands. Like, again, we are playing 19 lands here. So keeping a slightly lower land source hand is generally, I think, going to be better for us than keeping a hand with, like, you know, 4 lands, 3 plays, when we don't necessarily know if any of those plays are going to be valuable. Given that we are hitting our drops here, I don't think I actually am going to cycle the Titanoth Rex yet, because it is substantially better if Karuga gets Rexed, so to speak. Probably turn 3 here, we're just playing Primal Empathy. They're welcome to Essence Scatter Phase Dolphin. They're, in fact, encouraged to Essence Scatter Phase Dolphin. If I were mind slavering them right now and they had Essence Scatter in hand, I would cast it targeting Phase Dolphin. Yeah, so my cube draft, there were a lot of technical things that needed to be worked out. For starters, we were just using the wrong draft website. We were using tappedout.net, and it sucks. So we're going to try using dr4ft.com. That's dr4ft, sorry, .info. dr4ft.info. And hopefully that'll be better. All right, we're definitely putting down Primal Empathy here. Starting to just buff my creatures is pretty good, I think. They also played no spells until a 4-drop, so that is a nice thing for our deck, for sure. Ooh, that's a great one to Capture Sphere. Yeah, so it was good. I'm pleased at how it went. Technical glitches aside, there's a lot of fun in just drafting a cube. And everyone is saying, like, yeah, this was a hassle to do, but we still had fun. So, going to do it again. Going to make it much smoother than it was last time. But I'm really looking forward to it. Wow! Alright. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. 4/4 flyer is a good card. Alright, so we could Karuga for 2 cards here. I don't think we actually want to. I think it's better if we just mole Fertilid. You know, their shield's down now, but we've got ways to use our mana. And just getting a bunch of creatures on the board, I think, is going to be really good. Ooh, that's a fancy one. Gotta be wary of Reptilian Reflection. That can do some stuff. So this doesn't really come back if you don't have the mutate, right? I'm just gonna attack with the mole here. I'm leaving Phase Dolphin back, partly because it just bounces off the Phoenix, but also partly because it does actually block Reptilian Reflection here. We're also really close to casting Titanoth Rex. If we just double activate Fertilid here, I don't really want to, because it's a card off of Karuga. But if we activate Fertilid once and draw a land naturally once, we just do slam a Titanoth Rex, which probably we don't want to do while we think they have Essence Scatter up, but... We also start to draw cards here off of Primal Empathy, which is worth noting. Oh, all right. They're getting rowdy. Target me. I'm finding the second red source so we can draw into, you know, thingy. Ooh, Trumpeting Gnar. You don't say. All right, well, Trumpeting Gnar on Fertilid is great. And if they want to Essence Scatter this, they can Essence Scatter it, because I have even better creatures to play afterwards. I'm still leaving back the Dolphin. We're winning this race pretty substantially here. Definitely not planning to cycle Titanoth Rex now, even if it would get us in 3 extra damage here. I really still do wish Magic Online would just add the ability to have custom cubes, but nice. Doesn't seem super likely that they ever will, given that they're kind of having their lunch eaten to Arena right now. Although, you know, maybe it's one of the ways that they try to win back drafters. It certainly would be effective. Like cubing, custom cubing on Magic Online is something that only Magic Online can do, because only it has the depth of cards, like, you know, similar to Legacy or just normal cube. And it's something that, like, drives card consumption. Like, Magic Online's economy has kind of tanked since Arena came out, partly because the... so much standard is happening on Arena, people just aren't really buying cards on Magic Online the way they used to. Or boosters, for that matter. So, like, the economy is in the pits, but Cube would be a way of driving, you know, additional purchasing into not just like limited events, which kind of drive down the economy, but into limited events that require a substantial outlay in terms of cards for at least 1 out of every 8 people, and that let people play. And honestly, if they charge 2 tickets a person or whatever to Cube Draft, it would still be more convenient than the weird nonsense we have to do to make it work right now. Row that had Gigantha. Thank you, Kit. And also, like, I've had I think my first arena draft had Lutri. And I had the green-black one. I guess I've also been just drafting a lot of Ikoria. I haven't drafted a set this intensely in a long time. I don't even remember what the last one I drafted this much was. I guess I drafted a fair amount of the most recent Ravnikas. Is this keepable? The ultimatum's really awkward here. Also, like, not having a 3-drop. I mean, obviously the mana problems are severe as well. Yeah, okay. This hand's pretty bad. All right, this hand I do like. We'll put the Giraffid on the bottom. Because it's a bad card and also very expensive. But I like where this hand is. Oh, shit. God damn it. I'll be right back. I dropped the thing and it bounced under the couch. Got it. Don't fiddle with shit. All right. What's going on? Why can't I play this mountain? There we go. I drew a Genesis Ultimatum, which is about the worst thing I could possibly draw here. All right, there we go. That's real. Fertilid also finds me blue sources, so. Lucky bastard got a Triome. Unlucky bastard has to play a String Draw Trap, so, that all balances out in the end. I can't wait to play with these in Cube. There were a few going around at the Cube Draft last night, but 3 of the 4 drafters, 3 of the 8 drafters were in Jeskai, red, white, blue, and we did not open the red, white, blue trio, which was brutal. But there were a couple others that didn't seem to be super relevant. I don't know. Maybe they went into people's decks as like half-color Triumph. Wow! Just gonking my Fertilid. That's actually really good. Oh, never mind. It sucks. Never mind. Yeah. So, gonking my Fertilid would have been a good play if I hadn't drawn an island there, though. It's still all right. Like, that Fertilid was going to help me hit Genesis Ultimatum. Oh, fuck. Thank you, Kit. Ugh. Here we go. Better already. Ooh, okay. Drawing the second mountain there was a considerably good thing. Could just play Karuga, draw 2 cards. Maybe that's good. Like, I have Genesis Ultimatum to work towards. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be hurting for card advantage in particular, and Karuga is something that, like, blocks Splendor Mare and stuff is pretty good. Do I attack here? Feels like they very likely have something to deal with Karuga, so I think I actually don't. They're in super removal heavy colors, right? That's actually not exactly true, Kit. I have a selection of different backgrounds that I can choose from. And Be Right Back is one of them, but not all of them. Wow, that's disgusting. Dirgebat, my friend. My beautiful friend. I was supposed to draft a Dirgebat. So I Genesis Ultimatum next turn, which is sick as hell. I had a draft a while ago where I got a Dirgebat, and I was so excited about it. And then I got a Gigantha and could not play it. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to go for Otter here over Trumpeting Gnar, because Trumpeting, I actually have like Farfinder, which is really good to evolve Trumpeting Gnar onto. Normally, my deck is not full of good evolve targets, but in this case, it kind of is. Springjaw Trap, huh? Playing a lot of these guys. Bye-bye, Otter. You, Otter, be ashamed of yourself. Primal Empathy again. Just sweet, natural Genesis Ultimatum. No fixing. All right, got the Titanoth Rex, got the Phase Dolphin. You know, we could have had a better Genesis Ultimatum, but who's counting? Do we want the second Primal Empathy? I don't think so. We're actually drawing through our deck fairly considerably fast. So I'm just going to Farfind. I will take action. We aren't that at risk of milling out here. I bet they feel silly about killing the Otter, because I kind of don't want to draw that many cards right now. I'm assuming they kill Titanoth Rex. I mean, if they don't, it's obviously just game over. But assuming they do, let's see. How much are we attacking them for? Oh no, this doesn't do anything about Genesis Ultimatum. So, wow, they're holding back 1,000,000 blockers too. I think this has because they mutated it onto the thing that has lifelink. All right, Capture Sphere is a great draw. I like trumpeting onto the Farfie. Probably then Phase Dolphining that. That sucks, Kit. That does suck. Do you have any just salt you could eat? I've been eating salt all night. It rules. Definitely slamming with everything here. I mean, we could Phase Dolphin onto Titanoth Rex, but since it has Trample already, I don't think that actually particularly helps, because they, you know, they block the 3/3s and they take 11, 12, 13, 14 and don't die. Anchovies are so good. I wish we had anchovies. But Liz hates them, so we don't instead. So they must have a removal spell for how they're blocking. They must have an answer to Titanoth Rex. Yeah, it is one of her bad ones. Or not? What's going on here? Okay. Wow. Okay. That's not what I was expecting when I said a removal spell. Yeah, I can rattle off some bad opinions Liz has. She doesn't believe walnuts are good. Which, like, I get that she is allergic to them, but they're still good. Oh, they still died? They gained 5 extra... Oh, no, okay, they didn't count the lifelink yet. Alright, so we are... Actually, we are not Capture Sphering this yet. No. Yeah, we are. They don't have a chance to do anything about it to make it untap here. Yeah, what else are Liz's bad opinions? That doesn't... Oh, to kill the Titanoth Rex? Yeah, I guess so. She... Man, there aren't many of them. Oh, she doesn't like Chopin. That's a real bad one. Oh, this still has lifelink? Ah, I see. I see. So let's see. If I put the counter on Trumpeting Gnar, they can't block it. They go to 3 definitely. Take, yeah, I guess that's what I have to do. Ooh, this is good. This is a good one because this gets reach, and that is highly relevant. Okay, we are definitely well. Okay, let me make sure we have the mana before I just slam some stuff. Yeah, we actually would. No, we would have. We're playing the second Primal Empathy here because we want to be able to, if they have more like disruption that somehow doesn't kill the Giraffid, we want to be able to get rid of, or we want to be able to draw into the thing that taps 2 creatures. Wow, they are holding on impressively well, considering how many extremely powerful spells I've resolved. So they're dead on board here. We don't need to do anything else. Wow. We did not draw a single Frost spell. I guess we only have 2 main decks, so it makes a certain amount of sense, but yeah, Liz famously does not enjoy piano music at all. I say famously because it's famous to me as someone who quite likes piano music. And it makes me sad. Again, because they're like life linking up and flying up stuff, I think the Frostveil ambushes here are pretty good. Does seem like they have a lot of answers to Titanoth Rex, so it's possible we want to take it out for like another Frostveil or something. Because like one of the benefits of this is that it kind of wins the game when you do the thing in Genesis Ultimatum it, but if they can just reliably answer that by having a removal spell, that's not great. That said, like they have plenty of things to use their removal on, so I think it's probably still fine. Oh, Liz doesn't like truffle oil. That is a bad opinion. As much as we do have 19 lands, and this hand does have a cycler, I don't think we can keep it. Mana requirements are also really harsh here. All right. This is good. Yeah, I'm not greedy enough to try to put a land on the bottom here. Yeah, I know. I agree. It's too much for Liz. And it's really sad because like what? Oh, I see. The Barrel Thief has this truffle oil popcorn that I always want to get, and I just can't because even the smell of it is too much for Liz. Tragic. Springjaw Trap, huh? All right. They really love that Springjaw Trap, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think it's like just too intense for her, given that she has a pretty keen sense of various sorts of tastes. If we play Proud Wildbonder, we probably aren't using it to block Perimeter Sergeant. So I'm actually going to run out the Primal Empathy first. Both of them draw cards with Karuga. And this can help me start, like, beefing up a Giraffid or something. Okay. It's a okay card. And, like, if this helps encourage them to... I am going to choose Reach here. We saw them have some relevant flyers, and this deck is weak to flyers in general, so even though Vigilance is better on the board as it stands, I think Reach is likely to be better. Hey! Alright, cool. So now we can Excamole... Excamole... okay, wield nothing super relevant. Fodder, and we're in a really good position to resolve a Karuga for 1,000,000 cards next turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Oh, no, it has Death Touch. I guess not. I guess that's pretty good. Definitely countering up Giraffid, so it trades with this thing. And yeah, we are slamming Karuga here. I don't know why it tapped me out of green, but it doesn't matter because I don't have any 2-drops in this deck. Do I care about... I'm actually going to keep the Otter back. Not even necessarily because I'm upset about trading it for Perimeter Sergeant, as much as I just don't want them to, like, remove a bunch of stuff and attack. We're at pretty low life, so that would be not great. If we survive until next turn, we're in good shape with, you know, Mythos, Capture Sphere, whatever, but... We're definitely doing this, and if they want to give this, you know, +1/+1 or whatever, that's fine. I mean, it's not great for us, but... Wow. Okay. Sure. You could have just Heartless acted it before I did anything, but... like, we can still just Capture Sphere this guy, so... Oh, the Mountain here is really good. Because that turns on Mythos of Illuna. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana here, so it's perfect for us to... Okay, actually, we want to Capture Sphere first. Make this guy go night-night. And then Mythos... Ooh. Actually, this is interesting. Because if we Mythos copying Karuga, we lose the Karuga. Maybe we actually Mythos copying Hemophage. Yeah, that's actually better, isn't it? I will give it flying, much as they did. Oh, it's a 3/3? I thought this had a... Where did it get a counter from? Well, in that case, I will fight the circle. And now I'm pretty... Well, no, I'm still keeping the Otter back. Now more because I just am going to be drawing 1,000,000 cards every turn. And I don't super want to deck myself. Got plenty to do right now. I still don't understand where this got a counter. Oh, no, it's getting +1/+1 from the... What's it called? Got it. Okay. Sure. This is nothing, really. I don't really want to Capture Sphere this guy. I kind of want to make them trade me for it. You can attack here with Karuga. If they want to double block, that's fine. Oh, we're supposed to attack with the flyer, too. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I do. I was forgetting that the flyer existed, but... That's not the best thing to do, generally speaking. Yeah, I think I'm going to run out Phase Dolphin rather than Farfinder here. We could hold up Capture Sphere, but that seems super needlessly defensive, especially given that I have the 3/3 Death Touch back. Okay, bye Karuga. It was nice. I did love you while you lasted. So we can just hardcast this Titanoth Rex, and we probably will. Yeah, I'm slamming for 7 here. Actually, yeah, we're attacking with all those guys, making Wild Bonder unblockable. They can kill Phase Dolphin here pretty easily, but the upside of this is that they like next turn Wild Bonder alone is lethal, and they have to be able to attack through a Titanoth Rex here, and even if they do, that's only 6 damage. So in order to actually get me, they have to be able to kill Titanoth Rex and Thieving Otter and deal 3 extra damage to me somehow. So okay, what is this? What did they... Oh, Vulpix or whatever. Alright, they're still, like, super dead, right? Like, in rather a lot of ways. Yeah, okay, they figured it out. Playing with a companion does kind of feel like cheating. Just, like, if the cards themselves weren't so fucking good, maybe it would be okay, but, like, Karuga would be kind of a bomb even without the companion ability. So, like, what am I doing here? Just rolling people. I don't think this person is actually Luis Scott Vargas, but I'm going to pretend that they are. Oh, man. This is like... This hand is close to being able to cast Genesis Ultimatum. It is 4 lands, which I don't love, but this is why we have Karuga, right? Like, we always have an extra spell in hand. I know. Although, it is the case that pros typically have alternate accounts that are less recognizable. So that they can test, you know, standard decks without being clocked or whatever. But I don't think this is actually Luis Scott Vargas. That said, I am still going to pretend that this is Luis Scott Vargas. Watch me mill 3 red sources. No, I did not. Liz and I went on a cruise with Luis, a magic cruise, which are still a going concern if anyone's interested, although obviously not right now when everything is hell. Tempted to just hold up this Capture Sphere, but I don't think that's right, especially when I could be building towards a Joltimatum. Hey, look at that! Yeah, so Liz and I were on a magic cruise with Luis one year. And, you know, we hung out a bit. Not to name drop or anything. Well, to name drop a little bit. But I had brought my cube. I brought my cube to all of the magic cruises. It was like the one situation where I was willing to risk bringing it out and about in public. And and I tried all crews to get Luis to play, and he was always like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to," but we just never quite found time in the entire like week at sea to make that happen. And so Luis never drafted my cube until it was on Magic Online, at which point he certainly did. Many, many times. And there are some great videos that I encourage you to look up. All right, all right. I'd really hoped that I would be able to phase Dolphin plus Excavation Mole to get in there, but I can't. I do like Primal Empathy here. I think we're planning loosely to get the Genesis Ultimatum off before we Karuga, just for maximum value. That is not the land I was hoping to draw. Oh my god, they're playing the boy too. They are also playing this boy. That's very funny to me. I like actually countering up Phase Dolphin. Oh, I was really hoping to hit that with Genesis Ultimatum. So we still can't Phase Dolphin this turn, but we can next turn and crash through with Eskimo. I am saying they are all, well, I mean, they are playing Karuga in their deck. They themselves are not a Karuga deck in the sense of, like, having it as their companion, which I think is distressing. All right, yeah, I guess Bushmeat Poacher is a reasonable answer to a Capture Sphere. Yeah, doesn't seem great to not play it without the constraint, but who am I to judge them? Ooh, wow, they are living large. So they return Karuga with this Boneyard Lurker, and then get to go off again. And search their library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped. Which is not nothing. The thing about Titanoth Rex here is, as much as I'd like to cycle it to find my third island, I really kind of feel like I can't. Like, because I'm so close to just casting it. Well, certainly rampant, huh? I still think I'm countering up Phase Dolphin. There we go. That's what we like to see. All right. It's pretty good. The rest into my hand? Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. So I get to Mythos of Aluna, their Karuga, next turn. And draw a million cards. I'm like genuinely worried about the cards in my library now. I might mill. Maybe what I'm supposed to do actually is cast Titanoth Rex and Mythos Titanoth Rex. That seems a lot better. All things considered. In fact, now I think I'm supposed to start pretty aggressively trading here. Just because, like, drawing cards is kind of the least of my concern. They have a million cards, too. They're having to discard to hand size here? Is that right? Yeah. What do they have a million cards that they can't play a single one to, like, with 4 mana up? Oh, are they holding up their own counterspell? If they're holding up their own counterspell, what does that mean for me? It means I don't really want to Titanoth Rex here yet. I think Titanoth is more important than resolving Karuga. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to resolve Karuga. Or I'm going to cast Karuga. Wow! Just nothing, huh? Just no things at all. Alright, I have a chunk of mana left. So I could Trumpeting Gnar on Phase Dolphin, which brings it to a 6/9, which means, like, in order to kill it, they have to block it with at least Karuga. Yeah, that seems okay. Right? And then it kills... So if they block it... I guess if they block it with Karuga Boneyard Lurker, that's not, like, amazing for me. But... Oh, I guess it just makes it a 6/6, huh? Still. Okay, Capture Sphere on that. That's reasonable. I'm going to attack with my 4 power creatures. Yes. Any kind of, like, overrun effect here would be truly sickening. No, we are dealing the 4 damage. But now I have to discard. Boo. I kind of just want to run them out of whatever removal spells they may or may not have, too. Oh, Jesus, really? Okay. Okay, well, they're living the life. They certainly are. The life of casting Karuga 1,000 times. And we have only 8 cards in our library, so we're at very real risk of just milling ourselves out here. I think we're siding in a bunch of Frost whatevers. They're not casting Karuga this turn. I think kind of what we want to do here is just kind of... I don't think we actually Titan off yet, even still, considering how many... or how few cards we have in library. I think what we want to do is just... so if we Trumpeting Gnar on the other Trumpeting Gnar, it does make 2 3/3s, which is pretty good. It's probably better than we would get. I mean, it's certainly better than we would get just casting it naturally, and it's probably better than, like, pumping a Otter and making 1 3/3. Let's see, 6 mana left. It's a little bit awkward. I think we just slam with everything here. Like, they get to trade their Boot Nipper for something reasonable, but none of their trades are especially awesome. I mean, I guess they get to eat Thieving Otter if they really want to, but I feel like forcing a bunch of trades so their Karuga isn't quite as good. Putting pressure on their life total. Oh, yeah, I guess they get to eat the mole. I was maybe supposed to Capture Sphere the 4/4 first. I'm not sure. I've had better attacks. Say that. But, like, I gotta start putting pressure through somewhere. But yeah, I think I was definitely supposed to tap down the Boneyard Lurker here with Capture Sphere, so that they eat fewer of my things. Yeah, that wasn't great. They let through the Otter because it has to draw me a card. I don't think it actually changes my clock. Oh, maybe it does, actually. Yikes. Alright, I'm passing and leaving up Capture Sphere, I think. Yeah, that was not a great attack for me. There's just no reason to throw away 3/3s. Wow, no plays, huh? I think I just have to go for the Titanoth here. Like, you know, I could try going wide instead, I suppose, but I think their plan is to mill me out. I mean, that makes sense. That's a pretty good plan, given that I have 3 cards in my library and I'm drawing 2 a turn. But, does it make a difference not to attack with Thieving Otter? So if I attack and I draw an extra card, I have 2 cards in library, and I die not next turn but the turn after. Otherwise, I have 3 cards in library, and I still die the turn after because of Primal Empathy. So I think it does not make a difference here. It will make a difference next turn, but Slither's Wisp. Okay, that's fine. Blitzleech as well, huh? Okay. It's less fine. Yeah, the more I think about this, the more I think I was supposed to put less eggs on the Titanoth Rex basket and more eggs in the Mythos of Illuna basket, but I'm hoping whatever removal spell they probably do have for Titanoth here, I'm hoping it can't kill, it's not instant speed. Oh shit, I have 1 too few lands to Titanoth Rex plus Mythos this turn. Well, that is absolutely terrible. Well, in that case, I think I do just have to go wide. I think I just copy this. I've been misplaying left and right. I could have done this. Oh, what? It doesn't copy the fucking... Oh, my Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was supposed to copy Boneyard Lurker. This is that post-midnight draft content you really come for, I think. I can only assume that you're here to make me... to watch me make a fool of myself and... lose. So I can do, then I can cast this and I can cast Fertilid. Sure, Vigilance. My life total is under absolutely no threat, but both of those are defensive abilities, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a lot of creatures. Can't believe I forgot that those are counters on the Trumpeting Gnar and not... It's not just a natural 6/6. Killed by my own Primal Empathy, probably, I assume. What are the 2 cards left in my deck? Have I drawn Frostlinks yet? I have. I've drawn Frostveil Ambush. I've drawn 2 Capture Spheres, so yeah, I don't think there's anything especially relevant, unfortunately. Yeah. 2 lands. I don't think I have nearly enough to just kill them outright here. Obviously not. Well, I guess, let's see. So they block a 3-power creature. They take 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, okay. So I'm just dead. There's just no bones about it. I'm dead. Yeah, I can't help but feeling I would have won that easily if I'd played well. but that's okay. Yeah, so we've sided out of 1 mine for Frostveil Ambush every match this draft. That's fun. Do we want a fully grown here? Is that completely bananas? Yeah, it's completely bananas. Frostveil Ambush is just going to be better most of the time. We didn't even really see much spot removal. Like, for all that we were playing around it like the devil with the Titanothrax, they didn't seem to actually have that much. So maybe, like, I don't know if siding out Titanothrax is even good here. Phase Dolphin definitely underperformed. They have a lot of beef that can prevent this from getting through, although it can end games. I just don't know if it's like, you know, what would we put in for it? Another Frostveil Ambush? I don't love that. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's fascinating how many of our matches seem to come down to decking. I mean, it seems to be Magic formats recently, honestly. Keeping this because we have 19 lands and we're on the draw. Oh, we're on the play. Right. Funny. Like, Theros Limited also went down to decking. One of the recent Ravnicas went down to decking a lot. Didn't used to be like this. I don't know specifically what changed. Farfy. I still do want to get this Primal Empathy going, despite what happened last time. God, they did also really rebuy that Karuga 3 times, huh? Although they didn't even cast it the 3rd time, so who's to say if that was even relevant? Definitely attacking with Farfinder, definitely doing it before we play Primal Empathy, because it certainly gets better with Primal Empathy in play. You just want creatures for that. Although, if they attack us with Boot Nipper, we're still trading. Like, Boot Nipper is great against us, and we don't really want to just let them get value off of it forever. I'm pretty happy to just, like, play out spells from our hand while they have an obvious answer for Karuga in play. I'm even, like, not that sad about trading. Hey, Torian. Like, normally you don't want to trade aggressively with Karuga in play, but given that we're fairly likely to draw our entire deck again at some point, it's kind of less of an issue. This Excavation Mole mill thing is a genuine downside in this deck, by the way. Bleach. That resolves. Do we want to Capture Sphere it? Yeah, I think we do. We just want fewer things that can trade with our big beef as much as possible. Might trade with Boot Nipper here. Yeah, they did. No, I'm just trampling like normal. I mean, Boot Nipper is really good. Like, one of the reasons Boot Nipper is really good is you, what did I pay for? Like, you get to trade up with bigger creatures, but, what did I pay for last turn? Huh. Oh, it was the Capture Sphere. That's right. I got there eventually. Actually, maybe we just play Excavation Mole Fertilid, because Trumpeting Gnar on Fertilid is pretty sweet. Alright, mill irrelevant stuff. Irrelevant except for the fact that we had to mill it, which is quite relevant. Yeah, draw 1,000 cards. Didn't work out very well for me last game to draw 1,000 cards, so. Ooh. Yeah, I like putting a counter on Mole, because Fertilid's going to go up to a 5/5 here anyway. Very tempting to wait an attack after we Frostveil Ambush here. I'm going to attack with just Mole, I think. If they want to trade Mole for Karuga, I think that's okay with me. Actually, that was really dumb because I know that they have a million ways to bring Karuga back from the graveyard, so. The misplays continue. I guess one downside of pumping Fertilid is that we're now tied for highest power, and like we genuinely would rather pump our creatures than draw cards here. But oh well, I guess. Guessing they bring back Karuga. They might even bring back and play Karuga, which would really, really suck. Hey! Look who called it. Look who is the smarty pants who called it. Me. I am the smarty pants who called it. Probably just main phasing Frostveil Ambush here. Like, is it the most efficient thing in the world? No. Do I want to start actively pressuring their life total? Yes. Ooh, wow, they want to start actively pressuring mine, too. Maybe I don't, then. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Mythos, huh? How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can Mythos plus Wolfbear here, which seems like it's gotta be pretty good, right? Mythos, copy... I don't have any, like, actual straight-up 2-for-1. Well, I mean, so what I can do is Mythos, copy Karuga, fight Karuga. So basically just use this as a removal spell that draws me 2 cards. 3 cards. Right, because it... Sure. Oh, and now I have Ambush up again, huh? But is that better than just playing Karuga number 2-ga and drawing 3 more cards? Probably not. Because now I have Frostveil Ambush plus Capture Sphere up. Yeah, Awuga is right, Kit. We are Awuga-ing. So, like, I mean, they have plays they could make that would be not great for me, but we can get rid of 3 blockers, and we have 13 damage. And they didn't seem like they had a lot of removal. They seemed like they had a lot of ways of gumming up the board and, like, card advantage. But we can probably out-card advantage them, kinda no matter what. Oh, this card's cool. This is my cube now. It's never seen play, but... Hey, look at the combo. Zagoth Crystal, Kinnan. Yeah. They can't... No, they can actually activate it now if they want to. But they want to boot nip instead. No, they can still activate it. It costs 7. Jesus. That's a good card. It's a really good card here. Ooh, double Frostveil Ambush, huh? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Yeah, so we can actually double Frostveil Ambush here, which I kind of like. I kind of like that. I mean, so we're not casting the second Frostveil Ambush until we see what they can, obviously. But, we are certainly reserving the right. Bleach again. Yeah, that resolves. This definitely doesn't do it, right? Yeah. That Frostveil Ambush I sided in certainly looks good right now, huh? Alright. Managed to not misplay myself into too egregious of a hole there. Yeah. I think I still like this main deck. Sorry. Yeah, really don't want to cut a creature for a third Frostveil Ambush, I think. But they do seem to be like mostly holding me back with a couple really big creatures, and they have ways of answering like Capture Sphere, but Frostveil Ambush, they don't seem to have a great way of answering, which maybe means I should be playing this Capture Sphere more like a Frostveil Ambush, but I wonder if I'm supposed to like take out a Thieving Otter and put in another Dolphin instead. Like, I mean, Thieving Otter is a great card, but the card advantage is sort of not how these games are being decided. Or rather, it is, but I have more of it than them, and it's just sort of a question of can I realize that advantage fast enough to win the game, or do I just sort of die? Fancy, fancy. It's both now. Now it's both. I'm just going to Frostlinks the Duskfang Mentor. Hoping to trade with this Boot Nipper here. I don't really want them to start pumping it forever. I don't know what you're saying about, Kit, but I'm glad. Okay, well, that's getting a Capture Sphere. Kind of wish I'd Thieving Ottered, although I guess I wouldn't be able to attack past the Duskfang Mentor anyway here, so it kind of doesn't matter. Oh, I see. Good joke. So we do have Ultimatum mana right now. Yeah, okay. You draw some cards. I hope you like those cards. Cards are good. Cards are fun. Cards are lovely, aren't they, hun? Do I just Karuga to Ancestral here? Yeah, I think so. I'd really like to hit Ultimatum, if possible. Oh, wait, what? Why did I only draw 2? Yeah. Why did I draw 2? I have a Capture Sphere. I have a Frostlinks. I have a Karuga. 3 cards. Other permanent. I'm an idiot. Well, less impressive than I had hoped for, but... That's fine. That's less fine. We've taken some real damage here. I mean, sure. I guess so. Alright. Well, 2 can play at that game, I suppose. Ugh. Doesn't really let me play anything else, but I think that is necessary. I don't love trading 2 damage for 1 damage here. I mean, normally that's pretty good, but they're at more than twice my life total, so... And I think I tend to win the... Oh, Jesus, that's really bad. Well, we might be losing a kind of a fair game here. Which sucks. Like, we're not supposed to play fair games. We don't really have many more answers to that Dreamtail Heron. Like, the clone, like the Mythos, is basically the only thing we have left that effectively answers it, and we have 1 turn to draw it here. I guess one way to do that is sort of optimize our chances by playing Fertilid and activating it a bunch, but that seems pretty loose. It seems like it puts us in a pretty bad situation if, after it lands. So I'm just going to play some sort of loosely disposable creatures so we can trade with their other Bootnipper. And pray. Yeah. I guess we're blocking with a Wolf Bear. So they pump them both. We take 5. They go to 33. Lich Leech, huh? Okay. Cute. Wait, that doesn't even do anything. What? They didn't pump. Well, I'm sure they're kicking themselves for that play. For not pumping this instead. But we're still hella dead. We can't beat this Dreamtail Heron. Alright, well, kind of an ignominious end to what has been otherwise an absolute knockdown, drag-out match. But this deck was sweet. Companions are powerful. They are certainly that.